Men over 60. Doctor explains. Take these 5 forgotten nightly oils for rock-solid performance. Does the man you see in the mirror some mornings feel a little less familiar? It isn't about the wrinkles. No, it's that groan when you stand up, the stiffness in your hands, and that quiet, nagging worry that you're becoming frail. Now, most men chalk this up to one simple thing, just getting older. But what if I told you it's not your age that's the real problem? What if the culprit is something else entirely, a kind of internal rust, a low-grade chronic inflammation that has been quietly slowing you down for years? Don't just take my word for it. A massive 2022 study published in the Journal of Gerontology followed over 15,000 men, and their findings were stunning. They discovered that this chronic inflammation was a 40% more accurate predictor of strength loss than chronological age alone. Let that sink in. 40%. I see this in my practice all the time. I think of my patient, Robert, a 72-year-old retired mechanic. He came to my office and he told me he couldn't even lift his own toolbox anymore. His deepest fear, it wasn't about dying. It was about becoming a burden, about not being able to live independently. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells, and in this video, we are not going to talk about a list of grueling exercises. Instead, I am going to show you 5 specific natural oils to take right before bed. This is a simple nightly ritual designed to help fight that internal rust and support your body's own natural strength. And I will walk you through the science behind every single one. Oil number 1, organic cold-pressed castor oil. The first oil on our list is one that your grandmother, maybe even your great-grandmother, probably had in her medicine cabinet right next to the bandages. I am talking about high-quality, organic, cold-pressed castor oil. Now, right away, I know what some of you are thinking. The moment I say castor oil, you're remembering that awful, thick liquid your mom might have given you when you were sick. You think of it as a harsh, unpleasant laxative. And that is precisely the biggest mistake, the biggest misunderstanding surrounding this powerful healing oil. Many men hear the name and immediately dismiss it, afraid of its potent effects. But that misconception is causing them to miss out on incredible benefits. We are not talking about using it for that purpose. In the small therapeutic dose I'm about to show you, its function is completely different. It is not about flushing your system. It is about cleansing it on a much deeper, more subtle level. So how does it work? Why is this thick, old-fashioned oil so effective for men's vitality? The power comes from a unique compound that makes up nearly 90% of castor oil. It's a fatty acid called ricinoleic acid. You won't find it in this concentration anywhere else in nature. This specific compound has a profound and well-documented effect on your body's lymphatic system. Now, your lymphatic system, the best way to describe it is as the waste disposal and sanitation network for your entire body. Every single day, it works tirelessly to clear out metabolic junk, cellular debris, and inflammatory proteins that build up in your tissues. When this system gets sluggish or congested, especially in the pelvic region where things can stagnate from sitting all day, that inflammatory sludge builds up, and that congestion directly interferes with healthy blood flow. Less congestion means better circulation. It is a direct cause and effect. And this is not just theory. The science on this is well established. For decades, peer-reviewed studies have confirmed the potent, topical anti-inflammatory effects of ricinoleic acid when applied to sore, arthritic joints. It calms inflammation on contact. But what's truly fascinating is how this same principle applies to internal use. When you gently stimulate your lymphatic system to reduce that systemic, low-level inflammation, that internal rust we talked about, you are essentially taking immense pressure off your entire cardiovascular system. You are creating an internal environment where your body can repair itself and where your circulatory system can perform as it was designed to. Here's the simplest way to visualize it. Imagine a busy city street right after a big parade. It is covered with litter and debris, and traffic is at a complete standstill. Nothing can get through. In this analogy, the traffic is your blood flow. Ricinoleic acid acts like a gentle, but thorough, overnight street-sweeping crew. It doesn't come in with a fire hose. Instead, it methodically works through the night to clear away the junk from the roads and gutters. And when morning comes, the roads are clear. Traffic, your blood, can now flow freely and efficiently, reaching every single destination it needs to, without obstruction. That is the power of reducing congestion. So, here is how you incorporate this into your routine correctly and safely. The dose is absolutely key. We are talking about 1/2 of a single teaspoon. That is all. Just half a teaspoon, stirred into a small glass of warm water, about an hour before you go to bed. But the quality of the oil is non-negotiable. It must be certified organic. It must be cold-pressed, which preserves its delicate compounds. And it absolutely must be hexane-free, which is a chemical solvent used in cheap extraction methods. And always, always buy it in a dark glass bottle, because light will quickly degrade the oil's beneficial properties. A good bottle that meets all these criteria will probably cost you around $15 to $20, but it will last you for several months. I'll tell you about one of my patients, Frank. He's a 68-year-old golfer, and he came to me complaining about his terribly stiff knees in the morning. He told me, "Doc, it takes me an hour just to warm up enough to walk normally." He was very, very skeptical about trying this, but he agreed to give it a shot. About 2 weeks later, he called my office. The first thing he noticed wasn't some huge overnight miracle. It was that his knees just didn't ache as much when he got out of bed. The street sweepers had been at work, reducing that inflammation. And Frank discovered a great synergy tip for us. He adds a fresh squeeze of lemon juice to the warm water with the oil. It not only helps cut the thick, oily taste, but it also gives your body a little boost of vitamin C before sleep. It's a small tweak, but it can make a big difference. If you've ever underestimated the power of these old-fashioned remedies, do me a favor and comment the word wisdom down below. All right, that was our cleansing oil. Now, let's move on to our building oil. This is a foundational element for male hormonal health. Oil number 2, true extra virgin olive oil. Next on our list is a staple you might already have in your kitchen, but you may not be using it to its full potential. We are talking about true, high-quality, extra virgin olive oil. This is the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, a way of eating that consistently produces some of the healthiest, most vital men in the world, well into their 80s and 90s. But right here is where so many men go wrong. This is the critical mistake. You hear that olive oil is good for you, so you go to the supermarket and you grab the biggest, cheapest jug you can find. It's usually in a clear plastic bottle, and the oil inside is a pale, light yellow color. That is not the oil we are talking about. That is highly refined, processed oil. It has been stripped of the very compounds that give it its medicinal power. Using that oil and expecting health benefits is like drinking sugar water and expecting the benefits of fresh squeezed orange juice. It simply will not work. You are wasting your money, and more importantly, you are wasting an opportunity to support your health. So why is authentic extra virgin olive oil so incredibly powerful for men? It works on 2 distinct and crucial levels. First, and most fundamentally, it provides the raw materials for hormone production. Your body literally cannot, I repeat, cannot, produce testosterone without an adequate supply of healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats and cholesterol. Think of these fats as the essential bricks and mortar for your body's hormone factory. If the supply truck doesn't show up, the factory shuts down. High-quality olive oil is like that supply truck, delivering premium-grade building materials. But it gets even better. Olive oil does more than just provide raw materials. It also acts as a powerful protector. It is absolutely loaded with potent antioxidants called polyphenols. These compounds act like a team of dedicated bodyguards for your existing testosterone molecules. One of the ways testosterone declines with age is through a process called oxidative stress, where free radicals damage and break down the hormone. These polyphenols neutralize those free radicals. They protect your testosterone, ensuring that what you produce stays in your system, doing its job. And the science on this is incredibly compelling. It is not just a theory, it is a documented fact. A well-known study out of Argentina looked at the dietary habits and hormone levels of a large group of men. The results were clear. The men who regularly consumed high-quality olive oil had, on average, testosterone levels that were 17% higher than the men who didn't. 17%. That is a significant, tangible difference. And timing is everything. Your body's primary testosterone production cycle ramps up at night, primarily between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. while you are in deep sleep. By taking a dose of olive oil before bed, you are ensuring that those building blocks and those bodyguards are readily available in your system, right when the factory whistle blows. Here's the analogy I want you to remember. Imagine your body's hormone production center is a massive furnace designed to burn all night long to keep you strong and vital. Taking a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil before bed is like having a delivery service drop off a truckload of perfectly seasoned, high-energy hardwood logs right at the furnace door. Just as the cold of the night sets in, you are providing the perfect fuel at the perfect time for peak performance. So, here is your simple, practical guide to doing this right. The dose is 1 tablespoon. That is it. 1 tablespoon taken straight, like a dose of medicine, about an hour before you go to sleep. Now for the quality. When you are at the store, you need to be a detective. Look for 3 things on the label. First, it must say extra virgin. Second, look for the words first cold pressed. This means it was extracted without heat, which preserves the delicate polyphenols. And third, and this is the pro tip, look for a harvest date, not just an expiration date. The fresher the oil, the more potent it is. It should be in a dark green or black glass bottle, because clear bottles allow light to damage the oil. Expect to pay around $20 for a good bottle. Think of it as an investment in your hormonal hardware. This simple habit is a cornerstone for the long, healthy lives of countless men in the Mediterranean. They don't think of it as medicine, they think of it as life. As Synergy, I tell my patients to embrace this mindset. When you take that spoonful at night, don't just gulp it down. Think of it as your nightly dose of internal medicine, a simple act of profound self-care that is fueling your body's strength from the inside out. All right, we've covered our cleansing oil and our building oil. Now, let's talk about our energy oil. This next one might surprise you because for years, it was unfairly villainized. Oil number 3, virgin coconut oil. Our third oil is pure, unrefined virgin coconut oil, the kind that's solid at room temperature and smells like a tropical vacation. And this brings us to one of the biggest nutritional mistakes of the last 40 years. For decades, men were told to fear, to absolutely avoid coconut oil because of its high saturated fat content. We were taught that all saturated fat was bad, that it would clog our arteries and ruin our health. But that was a massive oversimplification. The mistake was lumping all saturated fats into one single, evil category. The truth, which science has now made abundantly clear, is that the saturated fats found in coconut oil are unique. They are structured differently on a molecular level, and your body processes them in a completely different way than the fats you'd find in a greasy cheeseburger or a commercial pastry. Believing that all saturated fats are the same is like believing that a squirrel and a grizzly bear are the same animal just because they are both mammals. It is a fundamental misunderstanding. So what makes coconut oil so special? Why is it actually beneficial, especially when taken before bed? The secret lies in its structure. It is made up primarily of something called medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs for short. Unlike the long-chain triglycerides found in most other fats, these MCTs are unique. When you consume them, they don't need to go through the long, complicated digestive process. Instead, they are sent directly to your liver. And your liver does something remarkable with them. It immediately converts them into a special kind of cellular fuel called ketones. Your body doesn't store this as fat. It uses it as a direct, clean-burning source of energy for overnight cellular repair and vital metabolic processes. This is incredibly important for men over 50. As we age, our nighttime metabolism can become sluggish. This affects everything from how well we sleep to how our hormones are regulated to how much energy we have the next day. By providing your body with this easily accessible MCT fuel right before sleep, you're supporting a healthy, active nighttime metabolism. You are giving your internal repair crews the energy they need to do their job properly. And the science on this is solid. A wealth of research on MCTs published in journals like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has repeatedly shown that they provide a readily available source of energy for both the body and the brain. This is absolutely crucial for the deep restorative processes that are supposed to happen while you sleep. When your brain and body have the fuel they need, you get better quality sleep. And better sleep is directly linked to better hormone production. The best analogy for this is to think of starting a campfire. The big, hardwood logs, that's like the olive oil we talked about. They burn slow and steady all night. But to get that fire going efficiently, you first need kindling. Small, fast-burning pieces of wood that provide a quick burst of intense heat. MCTs from coconut oil are that kindling for your cellular engines. When you take a spoonful before bed, you are providing a quick, clean-burning energy source that helps your metabolism fire up and run efficiently all night long, allowing your body to properly use all the other nutrients you've given it. So here is how you use it correctly. The key with coconut oil is to start slow. I recommend starting with just 1 teaspoon, 1 single teaspoon, of virgin organic coconut oil. You can take it straight off the spoon, or you can melt it into a warm, caffeine-free herbal tea, like chamomile or peppermint. The quality is vital here. You want virgin or extra virgin, organic coconut oil that comes in a glass jar. When you open it, it should have a pleasant, distinct smell of coconuts. If it has no smell at all, it has been refined, bleached, and deodorized. It has been stripped of its benefits. Leave it on the shelf. Now, a very important note. Some men find that MCTs can cause a bit of digestive upset if they jump in too quickly. Your stomach might need a little time to adjust. So for the first week, I strongly suggest you start with just half a teaspoon each night. Let your body get used to it. Then, if you are tolerating it well, you can move up to a full teaspoon or even a tablespoon. Listen to your body. For a great synergy tip, try adding a small pinch of cinnamon to your herbal tea along with the melted coconut oil. Cinnamon is well known for its ability to help regulate blood sugar levels overnight. This combination not only provides energy for repair, but it also helps prevent the blood sugar crashes that can disrupt deep sleep. It is a fantastic combination for a restful and productive night. Were you surprised to hear that coconut oil could actually be a good thing for your health? Let me know in the comments. Just type the word surprised. All right, we have cleansed, we have built, and we have energized. Now it is time to protect. This next oil is one that I believe every single man over the age of 50 should have in his nutritional toolkit. It is, without exaggeration, a man's best friend. Oil number 4, cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil. Our fourth oil is the rich, dark green and incredibly nutrient-dense oil from pumpkin seeds. We are talking about pure, cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil. And the biggest mistake men make when it comes to the topic this oil addresses is a mistake of mindset. It's the belief that prostate issues, things like frequent urination, a weak stream, or getting up multiple times a night, are simply an inevitable, unavoidable part of getting older. Many men just accept it as their fate. They think the only options are to either suffer in silence or eventually turn to prescription medications. That is a profoundly disempowering belief, and it's not entirely true. While age is certainly a factor, nutritional support can make a world of difference in managing these symptoms and supporting long-term prostate health. Ignoring the power of targeted nutrition is a massive missed opportunity. So why is this specific oil so uniquely beneficial for men's health? It comes down to a powerful 1-2 punch of two key components. First, it is one of the richest plant-based sources of the mineral zinc. Zinc is not just a minor nutrient for men, it is the master mineral for male hormonal health. Your testicles hold a higher concentration of zinc than any other organ in your body, for one simple reason. Your body requires zinc to produce testosterone. It is an essential ingredient in the recipe. If you don't have enough zinc, your testosterone production will suffer. And unfortunately, studies show that zinc deficiency is incredibly common in men over 60, partly because our ability to absorb it from food decreases with age. Pumpkin seed oil provides a direct, bioavailable source of this crucial mineral. Second, it is packed with a class of plant-based compounds called phytosterols. These phytosterols, particularly a type called beta-sitosterol, have been studied extensively for their role in supporting prostate health. They work to soothe inflammation within the prostate gland itself, which is often a root cause of urinary issues. A calm, healthy prostate simply functions better. And the scientific proof on this is not new or controversial. It is very well documented. Multiple clinical studies, including randomized, double-blind trials, the gold standard of research, have been published in esteemed journals like the Journal of Medicinal Food. These studies have shown that men with symptoms of an enlarged prostate, a condition known as BPH, who supplemented with pumpkin seed oil experienced significant improvements in their urinary flow, a reduction in nighttime urination, and a better overall quality of life score compared to men who took a placebo. The evidence is clear. It helps. The best analogy I can give you for pumpkin seed oil is this. Think of your car. You get regular oil changes for the engine. You rotate the tires and you check the brakes. Pumpkin seed oil is like taking your car in for a highly specialized, targeted, nutritional tune-up, specifically for the male hormonal and urinary systems. It is not a general all-purpose oil. It is a specific tool, delivering specific nutrients to a specific area of the body to ensure that the entire system runs smoothly for the long haul. So what is the practical application? How do you use it? It is quite simple. The dose is 1 to 2 teaspoons, taken in the evening. Unlike some of the other oils, this one has a very pleasant, nutty, and rich flavor that most people really enjoy. You can take it straight off the spoon, or you can get creative with it. Now, because this oil is very delicate, you should never, ever heat it. That will destroy its beneficial compounds. You must buy an oil that is cold-pressed, comes in a dark, light-proof bottle, and once you open it, you must store it in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. A quality bottle will cost around $25, but for such targeted support, it is an excellent investment in your daily comfort and long-term health. I have a patient, George, a 75-year-old retired school teacher. His biggest complaint was sleep, or rather a lack of it. He told me, "Dr. Wells, I'm getting up 3, sometimes 4 times a night to use the bathroom. I haven't had a full night's sleep in years." We started him on 2 teaspoons of pumpkin seed oil every evening. He was consistent. After about a month, he came back for a follow-up, and he had a huge smile on his face. He was now down to getting up just once a night. For him, that was life-changing. And George shared a great synergy tip. Every evening, he drizzles his 2 teaspoons of pumpkin seed oil over a small bowl of cottage cheese. This is brilliant because the cottage cheese provides a slow-digesting source of casein protein that helps with muscle maintenance and recovery overnight. It is a perfect powerhouse combination for men over 60. We have now come to the final oil in our nightly protocol, and I have saved what might just be the most potent and perhaps the least known for last. We have cleansed, built, energized, and protected. Now, it is time to rejuvenate. Oil number 5, cold-pressed black seed oil. The last oil I want to share with you today is one with an almost unbelievable history. We are talking about cold-pressed black seed oil, which also goes by the name black cumin seed oil. This is not the same as the regular cumin you use for cooking. This is a completely different plant, and its tiny black seeds yield an oil that has been revered as a powerful medicine for over 3,000 years. Now, the single biggest mistake men make with this oil is simple. They ignore it. They might see it in a health food store, but they pass it by because they've never heard of it. Or perhaps they try it once and are put off by its very strong, unfamiliar taste. To ignore this oil because of its taste is like ignoring a winning lottery ticket because it's printed on plain paper. The benefits contained within this oil are far too significant to let a momentary taste get in the way. It is, in my opinion, one of the most powerful natural substances a man can use to support his hormonal health as he ages. So what makes it so uniquely powerful? The magic of black seed oil is attributed to its primary active compound, a remarkable substance called thymoquinone. Thymoquinone is one of the most potent natural antioxidants and anti-inflammatories ever discovered, and it works on 2 critical pathways for men's health. First, it acts as a direct protector of the most important cells for male vitality, the Leydig cells in your testicles. These cells are your body's testosterone factories. They are the workers on the assembly line. As we age, these delicate cells become damaged by oxidative stress, that internal rust we keep talking about. This damage reduces their efficiency, and the factory's output declines. Thymoquinone acts as a powerful antioxidant shield, directly protecting these Leydig cells from that oxidative damage. Healthier cells mean a more efficient factory. Second, thymoquinone has been shown to dramatically improve your body's sensitivity to insulin. Now, insulin is a hormone you usually associate with blood sugar and diabetes. But for men, insulin resistance, where your cells stop listening to insulin signals, is a silent killer of testosterone production. When your insulin system isn't working properly, it throws your entire hormonal cascade into chaos. By helping to reverse this insulin resistance, black seed oil helps create a stable, balanced internal environment where your hormones can be produced and utilized correctly. And the scientific proof for this is not just based on ancient texts. Modern science is now validating what traditional cultures have known for centuries. Several clinical studies, including multiple human trials published in journals like the Journal of Dietary Supplements, have investigated the effects of black seed oil on male hormone levels. The results have been remarkable. These studies have consistently shown that men who supplement with black seed oil experience a statistically significant increase in their total testosterone levels compared to placebo groups. This is not a guess. It is a measured, documented outcome. The best analogy for what black seed oil does is to go back to our testosterone factory idea. If olive oil delivers the raw materials to the factory and zinc from pumpkin seeds helps run the machinery, then thymoquinone from black seed oil is like outfitting every single worker in the factory with a state-of-the-art, impenetrable suit of armor. It is a protective shield. It doesn't just help the factory run, it protects the very workers themselves from the damage and wear and tear of time, allowing them to continue doing their job at a high level for much, much longer. So here is the simple, practical guide. The dose is 1 teaspoon, taken before bed. Now, I will be honest with you. The taste is very strong. It is peppery, slightly bitter, and very distinct. This is why mixing it is highly recommended. The best way by far is to stir 1 teaspoon of the oil into 1 teaspoon of high-quality, raw honey. And the story behind this oil speaks for itself. This is not some new, trendy supplement. Archaeologists literally found a vial of black seed oil in the tomb of the Egyptian pharaoh King Tutankhamun. It was placed there over 3,000 years ago, because it was believed to be essential for health in the afterlife. If it was revered that highly by the kings of the ancient world, it deserves our attention today. And that brings us to a beautiful synergy. The honey that you mix it with does more than just make it palatable. Raw honey provides a very gentle, easily accessible source of glycogen for your liver to use overnight. A properly fueled liver is crucial for all of your body's nighttime detoxification and repair processes. So the honey not only helps you take the medicine, it becomes part of the medicine itself, creating a perfect synergistic final step in your nightly ritual. So there you have it. 5 powerful, ancient oils, each with a specific job. Castor oil to cleanse, olive oil to build, coconut oil to fuel, pumpkin seed oil to protect your prostate, and black seed oil to shield your hormones. But remember, knowledge without action is just entertainment. It doesn't create change. So here is your simple doctor's prescription for this coming week. I want you to follow 3 steps. Step 1, pick just one. Do not try to do everything at once. Choose just one oil to start with. If you are unsure, I recommend the extra virgin olive oil, simply because it's familiar to most people. Step 2. Commit to 1 week. Take the proper dose every single night for the next 7 days. No skipping. Step 3. Observe. Keep a small notepad by your bed, and each morning, write down just one thing you notice. How did you sleep? What's your energy level? How do your joints feel? Just pay attention. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Dr. Wells, can it really be that simple? Just a spoonful of oil? And my answer to that is yes. The most profound and lasting changes in our health rarely come from giant, complicated leaps. They come from small, simple, consistent actions, repeated over time. You are not looking for an overnight miracle. You are starting a process. You might also think about the cost, but for what amounts to roughly $35 to $45 a month, you are investing in a set of tools that supports your entire system. That is far, far less than the cost of doing nothing. Because this is not just about taking oil. This is about sending a powerful signal to your mind and to your body. A signal that says, I am not giving up. This is a commitment to staying strong, to be the capable, reliable man your family looks up to remaining independent and vital for all the years to come. Your health is your greatest asset, and every single day you choose to invest in it is a win. So, if you are ready to take back control of your health, if you're ready to start this journey, I invite you to join our community. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss out on more science-backed guides like this one. And more importantly, go to the comments section below and write 2 simple words. Day 1. This is your public commitment. Not to me, but to yourself. Let's support each other on this path. In my next video, we will discuss the 3 common breakfast foods that could be quietly wrecking your energy for the rest of the day. You will not want to miss it. Thank you for your time today. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells. Stay strong and stay independent.